You are Satan and Jesus. Yes, I said that. I grabbed your attention. I got it. You are Satan and Jesus. You are both the positive and negative of yourself. The universe exists at a duality. Everything is a duality in the universe down to its core. Obviously, we have the classic examples of the yin and the yang. We have the atom, which consists of the neutron, which is neutral, and we have the proton, which is the positive, and the electron, which is the negative. Right, I'll put a picture here. This is an atom. An atom, as you know, makes up every single molecule in the universe, and everything is made of a molecule, right? Energy is just molecules vibrating at a certain frequency. We'll get into that in a minute. We all know the yin and the yang, right? I'll put a picture here too. You can see that in the yin, there's a little bit of yang, and in the yang, there's a little bit of yin, right? Within everything, there's both parts of that duality. Everything is a singularity, but within that singularity is the duality. Physicists just discovered a cool ass thing using digital holography with the biphoton here. I'll put a picture here now. This is a biphoton, and it's quantum entanglement visualized. This is the core of our universe, the core of light, the core of everything, right? You can see in the biphoton, it looks just like the yin and yang. Like, what are the coincidences of that shit? Everything in the universe is either good or evil, light or dark, masculine, feminine, and then we have God and the devil as Christians describe it. Now, I want to talk briefly about how Jesus is Satan. Now, Christians are going to disagree with me, and they're going to say, oh, well, he's not the same person. But remember what we just said. Within the oneness of everything is one, right? Everything is God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. Everything is one. But within that, there's the duality. The good, Jesus, and the negative, Satan. While they're not the same person, they're manifestations of the same thing, right? Lucifer, what they call Satan or whatever, Lucifer was the fallen angel. He was once an angel. He once existed in the positive, and he fell and became the negative, right? He represents the negative side of the yin and the yang, right? If we want to call it that, use that as reference for the duality. He represents the negative. Jesus represents the positive, but ultimately, they're a part of God. They are a part of God's kingdom, which is everything. It's a metaphor for everything. The universe, every dimension, every place, every energy, every molecule, every atom, every Planck length. Right? If you know what a Planck length is, the smallest form of measurement in the known universe. So with all these references, we can obviously see that everything exists as a duality. As a duality. And right now, the world has been taken over for a long time now, thousands of years now, by the negative. The world is majority ruled by the negative of things, the negative side of that. We see this by the people that control us, that own and run the world. Now, I'm not going to get too deep into that because that's the shit that's going to get me banned and fucking exiled from society. I do have that stuff in my school community where I go deeper into it. But base level here on YouTube, I'll just tell you guys, it's the what everyone talks about, okay? We'll leave it there. And mostly the war profiteers. The reason that we have war is because these big corporations, these weapons manufacturers, these people that benefit off of war, right? These big companies. Again, that shit's kind of touchy. I shouldn't really be talking about it. But they profit off of people dying. They profit off of these wars. Every single one. There's trillions, billions and trillions of dollars being made. I hope you realize this. This is what's controlling the world. Every decision that's been made, from war to money to bordering in the modern world, at least in the Western world, is because, in the Western world, right, is because war profiteers, the people that run it, right? It goes deep. It gets back into World War II history and all this. We're not going to get into that. That shit goes deep. There's roots thousands of years old. But the point is, right now, the world is controlled by the evil opposition. Us good people, the light bearers, right? The light workers is what a lot of people call them on the internet. We don't really have the power or the say at this current moment. But as you can see, the script is flipping. There's no going back now. 5:55 on my clock. The script is flipping. It's flipping. We can see this because everything's getting exposed. I know that Diddy's just the forefront of it, but all that shit, all this evil shit that's going on, the politics getting exposed, everything. This light is shining because it's our turn. It's within our destiny, right? The negative can't exist forever, nor can the positive. It's the cycle of the universe. Again, it's the duality. One has to take over too much. All right, now it's the other one's turn. It's a cycle. Everything is cyclical within the duality of all. Just a quick note. the negative won't last forever. It's our turn, us positive people, us light, us spiritual people, us righteous people would be the more accurate way to put it. Our time is coming. Our time is coming. But right now, we need to focus on, getting that awareness out there and learning how to use their tricks against them. And that's getting into part 3 here, what I want to talk about. Sometimes you must tap into your evil to destroy the evil. You must use their own tricks against them. Feed them their own medicine. Sometimes you have to, right? Why do you think the yin has a little bit of yang in it? Because sometimes you need to tap into it. It's not majority of what you are, but sometimes you need to tap into it. Same with the yang. Why do you think there's a little bit of the yin in it, right? It's the duality, yet again, the duality within the duality of one. Okay, so sometimes you need to tap into it. There may be a point in time where we need to tap into it and use their weapons against them, right? Use their evil tactics against them, just to destroy them, get them out of here. They've used our tactics against us. They've used the light against us. They've used it to their advantage to get us sucked in so they can exist within the negative, right? We see this time and time again within modern society, within everything. They tap into our emotions with movies, films, everything. I'm not even going to get into it. I could make a whole separate video about that, but they use it against us. So sometimes, and sometime in the near future, we may have to tap into their side of it just to destroy them. Their time is coming. We can take back control of the earth to flip the polarity, flip it back to the positive collectively. As a collective, we can do this. Now, there's many ways we can do this. Right now, I think what our mission is again, getting the awareness to get people all in the same boat. And then the main way we can do it is using vibrational frequencies to heal. I know, it's the hippie answer. It's not what you wanted to hear. And trust me, sometimes I want to go to war with these people, go hunting pedophiles, like go storm, I'm not going to say nothing like that because that's just going to give me trouble, but go attack the powers that may be, right? But we may just have to use frequencies. As we know, the whole universe operates on vibrational frequencies. The only reason that you can touch your skin, that matter has different forms of itself, that matter is matter and you're able to touch it in this third dimensional realm, is because it's vibrating at such a level where you can't go through it, right? It's no longer an energy, it's solidified into matter. Well, I think technically it's a slowdown of vibrational energies. If something's vibrating high enough, you can go through it. Is now an energy, and it manifests itself in different forms through electricity, electromagnetism. That's a whole separate topic. We're not going to get into the physics and the quantum physics of it, but we know that we can use vibrational frequencies to heal, and we know that we can use them to actually make a physical change, right? One high vibrational person's energy is more potent and powerful than 40 people with negative vibrational frequencies. That's just the fact of the matter. Why do you think if you're a very positive person, you're vibrating really high, you notice, you walk into a room, everybody's staring at you. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that they're not all looking at each other with their low vibrationals? Because they're used to it. It's not as powerful. It's kind of just ignorable. But they look at you because you are more powerful. You carry this higher energy that's felt more magnetically through every room you walk in. Now imagine if we got everyone on the mass scale of this. Imagine if we used it against the negative energy. Imagine if that's all we had to do. I'm not saying that's the end all be all, but imagine. Now I want to give a quick example of my vibrational energies walking into rooms. I was door dashing yesterday, and I went into Costa Vida, this Mexican spot, and to pick up an order. Some girl, she seemed sober, totally fine. She was like 14, 15 years old, whatever, just a young kid. Grabs the water, walks past me, looks at me. We make eye contact. For some reason, she was just staring at me. I was like, okay. I look behind me. I hear like boom. I look behind me. She fucking collapsed on the floor. She passed out. I'm not making fun of her because I felt really bad. This is not me making fun of her. Like, I genuinely hope she's okay because she landed on her fucking head, like her face first into the ground, like some shit like that, right? And just knocked out, fell on her face, landed on her face first, not hands, just laying there like that. And I'm like, holy shit. Everyone's like, oh shit, we gotta call the cops. Her sister comes up, you okay? I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Like the second after she was fine. She was like, she had the normal motor function that you'd see in a normal person. Walking healthy, normal, sober, wasn't like all loopy and like all this. Just like normal, it just collapsed. Dude, and I'm not saying this is ultimately what happened, but what I believe happened is like this isn't schizophrenic, all right? This isn't me being crazy, but I think that my vibration was so high that it like fucking, like everyone's just so negative, like deep down because of their subconscious programming. I'm not gonna get into that. I have videos on that. But I think that it was so high that like it just shocked the fuck out of her spirit or something, her body, her energetic field, I don't know. And she just collapsed. I have no idea. I hope she's okay, but I felt like that related a little bit to what we were talking about. That's how powerful your energy is. That's how powerful, and I'm not saying go into rooms trying to make people fucking pass out, but I'm saying we may need to use it. You know, we're in a spiritual war. We're going through times of spiritual warfare, right? Why do you think they say Christ is coming back? Jesus Christ himself is not coming back. And if he does, then fucking shoot me, you know. I believe and a lot of people believe that it's the Christ consciousness coming back. The consciousness of Christ, the high vibrational positive side of it, right? Like I said, we're on the negative right now. The whole world is ramming the negative. Christ consciousness is going to take over, right? It's flipping the script. In a way that we can personally do this in our lives right now, before any of that comes, before, like, even if it does come or not, what we can do is integrate our shadows. We all have a negative side to us, like I said. We all have a negative side to us. You can learn to integrate that into your positivity to make your positive side so much stronger. The duality of nature is so powerful. You don't have to let it bother you. In fact, if you ignore it and you pretend like it's not a part of you, it's going to hurt you. It's going to linger around and affect you, and you're not even going to realize it because in your mind you're ignoring it. But it's always there. Integrate those negative parts of yourself. Integrate that bad past. Integrate your pains, your failures, all this stuff. You need to integrate it. Integrate it. Turn it into the positive. If you've been a negative piece of shit for all these years, you've been a bully, you haven't been the most kind-hearted person, you've actually kind of been an asshole, turn it. Use that. Be like, okay, that energy that I dumped into being an asshole and I was really good at being an asshole, I can actually turn it around and do the same with the positive, right? I can use that level of energy, that highness, instead of on the negative, I can do it on the positive. Learn how to integrate your shadow. There's videos out there. In fact, I might make a video about it. That's a very in-depth topic. But start thinking about that. Start thinking about integrating your shadow. Because that's how we're going to take back control of this world. That's how you're going to change your life. That's how you were meant to live, right? I'm going to put a Bible verse right here just to illustrate the point. That Bible verse is Matthew 10, 16 through 18. Put it right here. It'll help illustrate my point clearly. There's examples of this from every religion. I don't even got to get into all that. Every religion, every culture, every spirituality, everything. Duality, that's just the reality of our nature. That's the nature of our reality. There's the duality right there, right? You see the irony in it all? Do you see the irony in it all? So my call to action to you today, motherfucker, integrate that shadow. Don't ignore the positive. Use the positive and understand that everything is good and bad. If you're going through bad times, good times are coming. If you're going through good times, bad times are coming. But it all serves a purpose in the one. You are not separate from your enemy. Love thy neighbor. Treat others how you want to be treated. You are not separate. You are not separate from anybody. Unfortunately, you're not separate from Stalin. You're not separate from You're also not separate from great people like Gandhi, like Malcolm X, like Mother Teresa. We are all one. And when you learn that, and you truly can grasp that, your reality and the way that you view it will change forever. And on that note, Vexed family, if you got something out of this video, if I opened your mind and enlightened you even a little bit, hit that like button, share the video, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button. And right now, as you guys know, I talk about it every video, I have my school community open right now for free. I've got 15 courses in there. I'll put some pictures right here in the video. 15 courses right now. 15. Go get some fucking knowledge. Go get some wisdom. Join the community. Let's turn it into an active ecosystem of self-improvement, of spirituality, of love, of peace, and prosperity. I love you guys, and we'll catch you in the next video, Vexed family.